Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're completely dissecting the DNA of a modern lead data engineer. By popping the hood on a real-world, high-level job blueprint, we're going to see exactly what elite tech companies are demanding from their top-tier data professionals right now. So it really begs the question, right? What does it actually take to lead a modern data team? Like, do you have that super rare blend of hardcore technical chops and the human leadership skills needed to tame enterprise data chaos? Because it's no longer just about building the engine. It is absolutely about steering the entire ship. Okay, here is our roadmap. 1. The anatomy of a lead. 2. The modern tech stack. 3. Leading the data team. 4. Qualifications and compensation. And 5. Are you ready? Section 1. Anatomy of a lead. Building the perfect candidate. Before we even get into the tooling, let's just look at the baseline. 10 to 15 years. I mean, that is a massive amount of deep, in-the-trenches data engineering experience required here. To put that into perspective for you, 15 years means you were out there wrangling data before big data was even a buzzword. Companies are looking for someone completely battle-tested in both legacy systems and modern team leadership. And a huge part of this candidate's anatomy, that's going to be a deep understanding of Lakehouse architecture. You're not just working with rigid data warehouses or messy data lakes anymore. You're dealing with a hybrid. And this is a total game changer because it unlocks faster analytics, drastically lowers storage costs, and crucially, it natively supports those heavy AI and machine learning workloads we're all seeing today. Which brings us to the dual nature of the role. Basically, you're balancing two totally distinct worlds. On one hand, you've got your hands-on SQL development, building out those complex ELT pipelines. But at the exact same time, you're carrying heavy leadership duties. You've got to step back, mentor the junior engineers, review code. As a lead, your job isn't just to write great code yourself, it's literally to multiply the output of your entire team. Section 2. The modern tech stack, tools of the trade. All right, now let's look at the brain of the operation, the specific tools you've got to command. It's a pretty comprehensive ecosystem. You're using Informatica Cloud for data ingestion, Databricks, leveraging Apache Spark, of course, for heavy big data processing, and Snowflake for high-performance cloud warehousing. Then, you're tying the whole shebang together with dbt for automated SQL testing and version control, and finally, Dremio for data virtualization. But hey, reality check time. Underneath all those fancy cloud tools, advanced SQL is your unshakable foundation. Seriously, you can know Databricks and Snowflake inside out, but if you don't possess advanced skills in database design, query optimization, and performance tuning, you just won't survive as a lead. SQL is still the absolute king in this space, for sure. Moving on to Section 3, leading the data team, the human element. This is really the heart of the role, right? It's what separates a true lead from a senior engineer. Because technical genius means absolutely nothing if you can't inspire people. Day-to-day, the management workflow is rigorous. Step 1, you assign tasks by matching the exact right problem to the right engineer's skill level. Step 2, you rigorously review code to enforce standards. Step 3, you're actively mentoring juniors to elevate the team. And Step 4, ensuring timely, flawless project delivery. You are literally the engine keeping the data machine running. And to pull off that workflow, your soft skills have to be as sharp as your SQL. Bridging the gap between highly complex data pipelines and non-technical business stakeholders, that is exactly where a true lead earns their paycheck. You need advanced problem-solving skills, and not just for bugs in the code, but for bottlenecks in the team's process. Clear, decisive stakeholder communication is absolutely paramount here. All right, Section 4, qualifications and compensation, the reality. So let's get into the tangible logistics. The educational foundation is actually a hard gatekeeper for this one. The company requires candidates to hold a formal degree in engineering or computer science. Specifically, we're talking a BE, ME, BTech, MTech, or an MCA. This essentially proves you've got the highly structured theoretical background they're demanding. And as for the compensation, the salary package is competitive, capping at up to 25 lakhs per annum. Now keep in mind, that number isn't guaranteed. It acts as a ceiling that is highly dependent on your exact years of experience, the depth of your cloud expertise, your current salary, and, crucially, how well you command the room during the interview process. There's also a very specific geographic boundary to keep in mind here. Regardless of your tech stack or your leadership skills, the chosen candidate has to be willing to work on-site from the company's location in Dremio, Chennai.
And finally, Section 5. Are you ready? The final verdict.
Let's summarize the exact profile of who should actually be throwing their hat in the ring here. You are the ideal candidate if you have a decade and a half of battle-tested data engineering experience. You don't just work on teams, you have a proven history of leading them. Your advanced SQL is totally flawless, and you have mastered the modern cloud stack, from Databricks all the way to dbt. Ultimately, you are ready to take total ownership in a senior technical leadership role. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Do you have the 15 years of battle scars, the mastery of the modern tech stack, and the rare human communication skills required to lead the next generation of data teams? It's a highly demanding blueprint, but for the right engineer, it is the ultimate career milestone. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.